from not using my beats. Yeah, fine. I'll show them to you, Kid Drip. Yeah, I'm gonna start my live stream very soon. I'm not gonna wait for 15 minutes. I subscribed to that guy. Okay, look up JW Legacy. I'll type it into the chat. JW Legacy. His videos aren't like he doesn't make normal videos, and he only has a couple subscribers, and he makes really long live streams. But watch the live streams. Figure out what you can learn from him, because I learned some stuff from him, and I don't even use FL Studio. Anyway, so let's get into this live stream. Let me turn off my screen. It looks like we're good to go. Don't leave me for that guy. Okay, so this is the beat I made this morning. It took a very long time, and I literally used so many. Let's see, this is 9 melody sounds. I used 9 sounds from a melody, and listen to them. Yep, 90 subs. I think it's a pretty fire melody, but it took a very long time to make. So the question is, should we work on this beat more? Okay, so I'm going to ask you guys on this right here. Should we work on this beat more, or should we start a new beat? Let me know right now. I'm going to copy this link over to the Discord server, sorry. Second, at everyone. Stream is up now, baby. Okay, new beat. Here we go. It's all good, Sharoop. We're just starting right now. This says I'll be right back, but that's only because I'm going to be opening up a new Cakewalk window to make a new beat. Yeah, there is a technique. Would you like to know it? Yeah, so I'm going to show you right now what I'm going to do how I'm going to do my melodies. Cakewalk is opening right now, so here we go. Oh no. Cakewalk is not responding. Here we go. So when we do melodies, the trick is, I believe, to kind of get yourself out of your own head and just keep making melodies. So I'm going to use X-Band as my first sound. No, I'm not actually. I'm going to use Complete Control because it's free. And I want to show that everyone can do this. So we're going to go into libraries and we're going to find a good sound. Let's say, start with, oh, not one shots. Mallet instruments. That's going to be our first sound. Hey, Az Tunas, I saw your email this morning sending in your beats for the competition. Thanks for that. Yep, that's a way to do it. Sharoop, he said arpeggiate basic chords. Yeah, we can use iota too. I think I'm going to use that as a counter melody because that's a really fire free plugin too. Okay. I'm not a big fan of this sound. I'm gonna choose this sound for now. And what we're gonna do is right click here and do all the piano roll stuff, just like you normally get your piano roll open. And then I want you to go over to the side section. Okay, things are lagging out. What's going on here? Harmonic minor. So I went over here and I right clicked on the name of the track I'm using, and I went to scales and I chose my harmonic minor scale. And then I'm gonna enable my scale. And that's gonna give you a whole bunch of notes that you can use that sound good together. Now what I recommend is while you're using your smart tool, your pointer tool, hold Alt and click a note on C or something like that. The root of the scale you're using. That's what it sounds like. And then just make a tiny little melody just using the C. I don't really like the sound. I'm going to use just one of the... Yeah, that sounds good. So that one's from Iota Mini. Just like someone asked a second ago. Yeah, okay. Yeah, how about we do that? Let's make a sad melody. This kind of sounds sad already. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with just this much. It's a pretty simple melody. It's a really short melody. What we're gonna do is we're actually gonna make a second melody on top of this melody. So instead of thinking about chords, try to think about melodies, okay? Because everyone knows how to make a melody, but not everybody knows how to make chords that sound good together. But doing this strategy is gonna make melodies that sound good together, and therefore are technically making chords. So let's go up a little bit, like here. So here's what our first sound sounds like. Dun 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 dun. So just like that, we have dun 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 dun. That sounds fire. Let's move this up an octave real quick. And then let's add our third melody. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. That's almost good. I don't really like this B. Okay, so I don't like the release on this sound. There you go. Now that sounds pretty fire. And then we're just gonna copy this over a couple times so we just have more of this. And just like that, we have a pretty fire melody that didn't really take very much time at all. There we go. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to actually turn off this enable snap to scale. And let's pitch it down a bit. Then I'm also going to shorten these notes. And then let's add a top melody just to make it so that there's actually like a melody going on here instead of just chords. Okay, I've been having issues with Cakewalk. When I open more than one complete control, all the MIDI inputs get mixed up. The only thing I can think about that is the fact that if you make these things longer, you have Omni, you have like none. I have... Okay, so So the only thing I can think of with that is that when you have, if you stretch out your bars here, or if you even go like this, perhaps, you can see that there's Omni here, or you can have none, or you can have all inputs, or Q49, which is my keyboard that I'm using right now. If you want your MIDI to be synced with your MIDI controller, click on the track they're using, like Triton here, and choose the keyboard you're using and choose Omni. And that will kind of like force it to always be correct. You could choose like none, I believe, and I think none will actually make it so it doesn't work. No, so it changes to Omni for some reason. But if you're having problems, it's probably because it's on channel 1, channel 2, channel 3, channel 4. So just try to make everything MIDI Omni, and let me know if that fixes it. Okay, I think this melody could be pitched down a little bit too. It's like a really long reverb tail on there. Yeah, we can talk about that too. Kid Drip. Patterns get switched up? Oh, I've had that before. I don't know why that is. Does it only happen with complete control? Because I've never specifically had it with complete control, but I wonder if there are preferences in here. Not exactly sure, dude. Sorry. Yeah, I've had that before, but I had that before a long time ago when I was using MIDI controllers like the, if you know what I'm talking about, ACT drivers and stuff like that, the control services. If you're using a control service, maybe consider unplugging that and see if it helps. Because I had that before when I was using control services. And then just getting rid of the control service helped. I mean, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but and now what I'm trying to do is I'm going to try to use some halftime on this. My mouse is going a little haywire. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, if I would recommend anything to you, Kid MX, I mean Kid Drip, it would be that going on. That sounds really weird. Okay, so I don't really like that. Okay, so let me things. Yeah, secret. You might as well start. I don't think there's any. I don't think there's any reason why you shouldn't just get started with things. What'd you say? Okay, it's kind of cool sound. I wonder what it would sound like if I copied this over. That's pretty fire. Now I'm gonna put that free plugin what is it called? Devlu Glitch. Devlu Glitch has this thing. Actually, that's not as fire as I thought it was gonna be. Let's put the free plugin Mishby on it. I have an RC20 preset. It's hard for me to get motivated sometimes, but having actual good program sounded me motivated me. Yeah, did you pirate FL Studio? I don't recommend that, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think that's what Sherp is asking. I'm also gonna put some distortion on my melody, because that can sound cool sometimes. Audacity is way too basic for me. I really don't like Audacity. Yeah, Kyle Beats inspires me so much. I was also watching this Kenny Beats. I think that's what his thing is called. He's not like a YouTuber, but yeah, Kenny Beats. He had a live stream on Twitch, and the live stream, like the best moments of the live stream, are posted onto YouTube, and that's crazy. He's a really wise producer. Kenny Beats. Kenny, and then Beats. It's Kenny. He's a beat maker for like record deals and stuff like that. But he had a live stream on Twitch, and it was so informative. I think I've actually heard of that cave. Yeah, the cave. Ed Talenti is awesome. I don't watch Ocean very much anymore, but no hate to him. He's doing great. Okay. So I just picked. Okay, so let's freeze these melodies just so we can be locked into them for first time. Yeah, so Ed Talenti is crazy. I love Ed Talenti. And if I'd say who are my favorites, I'd say Nick Mira, Kyle Beats, Ed Talenti. Simon Savita is fun. I like him. His beats aren't really exactly my style, but he makes like almost every style, so it's all good. Yeah, so I have a question for you. I have a question for you, Kid Drip. Have you started making music? Have you made music for... How long have you made music, Kid Drip? And how long have all you made music? I shouldn't be recording something and I don't even know what the chords are. Yeah, it's actually crazy how much music theory Simon does. Nearly 3 weeks for Pi Beats, 15 years for Bootney. That's crazy. You've been making music for like almost as long as I've been alive. I've been making music for about 2 to 3 years. Hey, Cindy. I'm like the middle of high school age. Yeah, of course I'm quarantined. Everyone is. One thing I will say about those YouTubers we were talking about earlier, Kyle Beats has a podcast, and that thing has inspired me so much. Yeah, I don't know if he does like his live streams for his podcast. Like he doesn't. I don't know if he does videos with those. If he does, I don't watch them. But I listen to the podcast on my podcasting app, and it's so great. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. What were we talking about? Yeah. So the link that you make beats. I really think you've got to be making good music to do anything on YouTube. I just put away my MIDI keyboard because I don't really use it very often anymore. Yeah, I know somewhere on YouTube. Yeah, so... Like, I know there are so many people who seem like they've been making music for like 3 months, and they're trying to get their stuff on BeatStars, and they're trying to sell their music, and they're all excited. And I was like that too. But I'm so glad I didn't try to do crazy stuff like that. Like I wanted to, but I had this like gut feeling like I'm gonna hold back for a little bit longer. And then as soon as I started making good music, or as soon as I started making better music, I realized how glad I was that I didn't start selling things to people, because no one is gonna buy my beats right now. I think there might be some people who buy my beats right now, but there's most people who won't. Or maybe I'm just scared. If you want to join my Discord server, Kid Drip, you can DM me there. Yeah, I have a Discord server linked in the description, and you can join that and DM me there. Yeah, it's just like, I think that you gotta grind your butt off if you want to be able to do anything. Because I'm getting my beats there. Cakewalk is fire, dude. I mean, I know FL Studio is crazy, but I mean Ableton is crazy, but this is a free DAW. And clipping explained, got it. Clipping explained. So what I do with my clipping on my kicks, I only do it on my kicks in my master channel, is I basically just drive. This is a free clip called G Clip. Free clipping plugin. It's on like VST for free or whatever. And I got recommended. I heard it recommended from like a really good producer. Like he's very well off into all the stuff. What is that guy? He collabs with like Simon Servita and Curtis King sometimes. You might know him. I don't really remember his name though. So basically what I do is I choose this kick that I always use. It's from a PV Lace drum kit called Kush. On its own, the kick sounds like this. And basically what I do is then I just drive the kick a little bit more. I bring the clip ceiling down a little bit and I boost the gain. So as you can see, like the blackish, the darker color is what's going into the kick, and the lighter color is what's coming out of the thing. And I've made a couple videos. Like I've recorded a couple videos to be edited and put out. I haven't found too many VST kind of plugins. I mean, like I haven't found too many effect kind of plugins, but I found a lot of really good synth kind of plugins. And that video is gonna be super fire when it comes out. So anyway, so I just drive that clip a little bit more. And then I also have a clipping on the master channel, and it's really good to have it on your master channel. It sounds super fire. Let me solo the kick in 808. And just really feel like the girth, like if we have it before and after. So much like richness and warmth in that clipping. How old am I? I'm like about middle of high school range. I'm still working my way through high school, which is crazy in my opinion. I can't wait until I go into college or after high school at least, just on my own. How many beats can I make? How can I do all this stuff? And also one thing I would consider with the kick and the 808 connection is this sounds really good. But that has a lot to do with my sound section. This 808 sounds so fire. Yeah, mid-range high school. And that kick is really punchy too. But when you put them together, if you were to take off the sidechain, it sounds like this. It kind of sounds like flat, like but when I turn on the sidechain, and I'm just doing very conservative settings here. A pretty quick release time, because you want it to have like kick plays the initial punch, and then the 808 has the girth and the low end. If you have this release too high, it doesn't really sound right. I've really found 11 milliseconds is like really amazing, but every kick is different, you know, all kind of stuff. Yep, I got your beat, AZ Tunes. How do you say your name, by the way? Yeah, clipping is just making it hard. Clipping is a form of distortion, and every distortion is going to make it sound harder, more intense, and stuff like that. But if you have like a normal distortion, like let's say Camel Crusher, which I don't know if I showed this in the video, I'm pretty sure I did. Camel Crusher is the best free distortion ever. Okay, no doubt about that. Slam Pup is a pretty good one too, but Camel Crusher, my goodness. What happens with other kind of crushers, like Camel Crusher, for example, is if you think about a wave signal and you think about a kick has a really sharp attack and a short release. Okay, but what a distortion plugin is it's cutting down the impact. So it's cutting down the highest frequencies, like the loudest frequencies, to make them shorter and more compressed. You don't want to compress your kicks too much, otherwise they don't have the initial thump or the initial attack. Which is why a clipping plugin is really nice, because if you kind of look at this like user interface, you're not really getting rid of too much of the stuff. If I wanted to bring this ceiling down a wee bit, you really lose the impact that the initial hit of it has. But if you turn it back up, Ace tunes. I'm gonna say that. These monitors I'm using, I don't use headphones very often unless it's early in the morning and I don't want to wake up my parents and stuff like that. These are Edifier speakers. I do not have the box on me right now. I used to have it in my closet, but I don't anymore. I am not 100% sure. Yep, that's facts. You got to find your VST, the DLL file in your folders, something like that, in your downloads or whatever, and then put that on the VST scans. If you look up like how to install plugins in Cakewalk, you'll find a video that perfectly explains that. Yeah. Make sure you have the DLL first, and then once you have the DLL, then you have to like get like the address of the where the DLL is located. Anyway, let's keep going. So I'm getting distracted. I hear there's a lot of low end in this. I can't move on. There's a lot of low end in this melody. Let me get some of that out. There we go. There we go. That's better. If you can't find the DLL, just try to download again and make sure you're downloading the Windows version. And yeah, because I know PI Beats has downloaded plugins before. I know he's installed them before. Yeah, Cakewalk is not available for Mac, which is one thing that's kind of a shame. I think they're working on a Mac version, like converting the code from Windows to Mac. And I think there might be a beta version actually. There might be a beta Mac Cakewalk version, but it's only for Cakewalk right now. No, in my opinion, Cakewalk is way better than Cakewalk is way better than GarageBand. There's so many things that I can't even consider going back to GarageBand. GarageBand was so trash compared to this, and I thought GarageBand was good enough. But now that I've tried Cakewalk, I never want to go back to a worse DAW. Well, one of my specs. I answered this question earlier in the stream, but I have an i5-8400 CPU. And that CPU is a 6-core processor, which means it's way better. I have 8 gigs of RAM and around a terabyte of storage. It might be 500 gigabytes, but I've never gotten even close to like emptying it. So yeah. Yeah, Logic Pro is probably pretty fire. I've seen plenty of great producers use Logic Pro, but not GarageBand in my opinion is weak. I've tried Logic Pro X only for a couple minutes. Like I had a friend who was using Logic Pro X and I just messed around for like 2 or 3 minutes. He was looking over my shoulder, so there wasn't like much we could do, but I know like the basic premise of Logic Pro X. So I should have said this earlier when I was talking about the distortion of the kicks and 808s. But the biggest key for the distortion of the kicks and 808s also has to do with the open hat. This open hat is super fire with all the other stuff. Yeah, like if GarageBand's all you can afford, then go for it. But I wouldn't want to go from Cakewalk to GarageBand. It's not a equal transition. But if you can't afford, if you can't afford like a Logic Pro, do best with what you got. I'm always saying that. Exactly. Do the best what you got. I think LMNS, it's a free DAW. I've heard it's not very good, but I think works for Mac, and so maybe try it out. It's a free DAW. Whatever floats your boat though. Try hi-hats in 30-second notes. Yeah, I'm gonna get to that later. I tend to do my hi-hat rolls later. Let's not use this drum kit. I don't know what I feel about this drum and a kit by Kyle Beats. The kicks and the snares and stuff like that, they're not really my style. They're more for chill beats like Kyle does. I mean, they're not bad drums, but they're just not my style. Yeah, I use that Andromeda open hat right here. And I said that like when I first got the kit. I'm pretty sure I have a video on record saying like, so this is the very first time using the Andromeda kit. And during that video, I'm like, wow, my goodness, these open hats are the most fire things I've ever heard in my life. That's it. Yeah, if you're looking for good drum kits, if you're looking for good drum kits, there's a Reddit thread or whatever you call it, called like drum kits or drum, I don't know, something like that. It's really, really good. That Reddit source has lots of really great stuff. If you look on there, you'll sometimes find like random people who aren't that great at making music, and they're just putting out their drum kits for free. But other times you'll find like legit like people who are like doing great things, and they just want to be nice to everyone. Okay, let me answer all these questions. Wow. Southeast Asia. I'm from America. India. Okay, subreddit. Cinematics are fire. Yeah, they have great stuff there. Yep, that's facts. There's also I have a video called how to make trap drums or something like that, and in the description there's a link to a free drum kit that I found on Reddit, and it is so fire. It literally has everything you need. I'm pretty sure it's called like the everything you need drum kit or something like that. Check out that video if you want a good drum kit that's free. Another one is if I look into my samples, I have this drum kit called, let's see, I'm not sure if I would be able to read the entire thing. Metro Boomin something for Razor Music. If you can look up that, to Metro Boomin for Razor Music, it has really fire stuff. Like listen to this rim shot. It's definitely clipping, but like super fire. Good trap drum. Okay, that's good enough for the perks. I've really liked doing that recently. I would just make a little tiny clip. That's in my template. I have just a little tiny clip. It's actually a step sequencer, just in case I want to have like a double. But it's just a clip, and all it has is one note. And I'll just drag this note around, and I'll copy the note around if I want to. Really, really fire, an easy way to get good perk rhythms. And I don't worry about the perk rhythms at first too much. If I want to go back to them during my right before I arrange. Right before I arrange, I go through all my sounds and make sure everything's sounding good. Now time for hi-hat rolls. So I get my draw tool out. I change this top section to 32nd notes or possibly 16th notes. I mean possibly 64th notes depending on what I'm feeling. If you don't know about this velocity window, you can this little up arrow here. I mean, velocity is given. Like you have to use velocity. It's so great. You know, dude, you might have just taught me something new. Let's see. Wow. Who's that? Charoop. You are the best. Wow. That's fire. I don't even really read this. Alt 3, Alt 4, Alt 8. I knew about Alt 2. Alt 2 is console view and I use that all the time. Dude, you're the best. Thank you for letting me know. Alt C for velocity? No way. If this is true. What did I just do? Alt 3. There we go. Alt C, you said? Wow. You're a lifesaver. Dude, you're the best. Is there a way to quickly change your quantization resolution? That, something like that. No, I haven't figured it out, and I don't see it in like the I'm trying it right now. If you can hear, the middle mouse click doesn't open my smart tools for some reason. One thing that's kind of cool is the end key is right next to my delete key. And the end key is right next to my delete key. And whenever you used to click end, whenever you click the end key, what it would do is it would scroll your thing all the way down, and you like would see like most of this black screen. You wouldn't be seeing what you're doing, and it's just like a really big nuisance. Like I didn't want that to happen, so I went into my my what do you call it, keyboard shortcuts in Cakewalk, and I changed the end so the end turns into save. So I click end to save my project, and it's so convenient. I'm gonna go and put this in my beats folder. What should we call this beat? I'm gonna call it Yeah, I know it works for you. You said it last stream, but okay, now I'm gonna use some panning stuff. My hats. How do you get the second roll right there? Well, first of all, I duplicated this first section over here. I think that's what Sherp is saying. In order to get the drawing part, oh yeah, okay. So if you click T on your keyboard, or however you get your smart tools open, you can click this little draw tool here. It looks like a pencil. It's the fifth to right one. Click on it, and then click on it again, and you'll see like this 30-second note drawing tool. I use 30-second note because it's really small. And then go up here to this top section and change your resolution. So if you want really fast notes, change it to like 32nd or 64th note. And then it draws really fast notes. If you want to draw like, but you can draw anything. So I dragged 8th note triplets right here. That's what 8th note triplet looks like. And then 8th note normal notes. That's what that looks like. Is that what you're asking? Yeah, that little drawing tool is so incredibly handy. I don't know what I would do without it. Okay, so I want to change one of these sounds a little bit. It doesn't sound super high quality. I think it has to do with the reverb that it has. So I'm going to go to Expand, because Expand has some of the greatest stuff ever. If you're looking for a good, pretty cheap VST, I bought it on sale for $5, and it's so crazy. Woo! That's so fire. I want some percussion in this. Is Pro Tools first free? Because in that case, then there's no reason why I can't recommend to everyone. I'm gonna look into that. I'm gonna look into that. Because especially if you can bring like Pro Tools first, like if you download Pro Tools first for free, and then bring Xband into Cakewalk or FL Studio, whatever you use, that could be actually like a crazy option. That'd make for a cool video. What does that say? I'm a et the. Okay, so after I have all this done, I'll kind of like just solo every instrument going down by like importance. So sounds good. I made this bottom section a little bit louder than normal because it has a lot of percussion-y kind of stuff in it, which sounds pretty fire. And this in Complete Control, you can have this micro prism stuff, and it's really good, really high quality sounds. Some of them are like really out of the box, and they're kind of crazy, but they sound good. Nice. Another game changer. If I click Alt-2, I open up my console view, and I have this reverb bus, and it doesn't have any sounds going to it right now, but it has a reverb right here that's on 100% wet. This is the free reverb from Contact or Complete Start called Realm. Actually, I don't know if it's in Complete Start, but I know it's by Complete Control. I mean, Complete Native Instruments, as it is. Native Instruments has this Realm reverb, and I don't know if it's free, but at least like during Christmas time, it was like a sale and it was free during Christmas time. I'll look into if it's free still, but it was free at the time when I got it. And basically, so what I do is on my clap, you can send it to a bus, just like if you're doing like parallel compression or something like that. And then you can just turn the level that you want to send to the bus. I don't know who watches Ocean, but Ocean does that all the time. So if you watch Ocean all the time, you probably know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so then we open up the hi-hats. Cutting on the low end of the hi-hats. Open hat sound good. I'm just getting a little bit more punch out of these perks because using distortion. Yeah, okay. I'll solo this kick here. I find a good frequency on the kick. $107 sounds really good on the kick. Let's go on this 808 here. Cut out 107. Yeah, that does sound cleaner. That does sound cleaner. Before this EQ, it sounds like this. After. That sounds a lot cleaner, actually. Thanks, Kid MX. I'm surprised you were able to catch that on your little speakers. I mean, like on the live stream, like going through the live stream. Now, it is true that like 30 and 20 hertz are really, really low. Unless you're talking about kilohertz, I don't think you were. Really, 20 and 30 are like way down here, and ears can barely even hear like 20 hertz. I doubt my speakers even go down to that low. So check if the audio sounds good on the stream. And it does. Okay, so now we're in a range, since I went through all my sounds and they all sound good together. So now we're just gonna, I'm gonna turn on this snap to grid and make it a whole note, so that we're just more exact. Just like that. Ba-da-ba-ba. Copy that over. I think that sounded really cool to have all the drums come in for a little bit and then come out. just basically did the entire arrangement in one go. How much time do you guys spend on doing your arrangements? Because I feel like I go through them really quick, and I don't know if I should. Because arranging is kind of important, but maybe it's not important. Maybe I'm overestimating how important it is, and maybe I don't really know what I'm talking about. Okay, next trick of the day. You want to know something awesome? Here we go. So I'm just gonna mess up some of these MIDIs by holding Control and Alt while I'm using my scroll wheel. I'm gonna type that. I'm gonna look up that Chu center forward drum kit real quick. I'm just gonna type it into my thing just so I don't forget it. My what do you call it? A search bar, so I don't forget it. I can always go back in my history. Kick and snare fills. That's cool. Okay. Here's trick of the day. So here's what we got. I messed up all my MIDI. So my MIDI, sometimes you can't even see the MIDI. This one track is super long and it's really small and I can barely see. Here's the trick of the day. I'm going to click I and B just to get those sidebars off my screen. And then click F. And it's going to make all of your tracks the same size. Then if you click Shift F, it's going to make it so that you can see your entire track on one screen. And then if you hit Control F, I mean maybe Alt F? No, wait, Control F. And then you can see all of your MIDI. Isn't that awesome? So you can get like everything situated immediately. So it's so convenient. I found that like I think this week. I already knew about the F. I already knew about how to use F, but I didn't know that Shift F and Control F are so helpful. And it's really helpful because when I want to shoot when I want to take a screenshot of my project for a thumbnail, if I have MIDI that looks like this and it looks bad, I can just hit Control F and everything looks cool. Yeah, I only knew about the F2, but apparently Shift F and Control F work too. Yeah, so I used to spend a long time on my I used to spend more time than I already do right now on my arrangement, but now I don't spend too much time. But I really don't spend I still do spend like quite a bit of time. I feel like I might be spending more time than I need because or maybe arrangement isn't that important, but maybe it is super important. Maybe it's critical. Maybe if a bad arrangement can make a rapper hate the song. I don't know. Oh, I love seeing all these fire emojis on the chat. I'm using a computer, so I can't even see how to do those fire emojis. No, I don't even. Oh, maybe I can do semicolon. I mean colon fire. Oh, that works. Colon fire gives you emoji. That's fire. Okay, arrangement. And now, so here's what I usually do: is I will Shift F. What I usually do is I add in my risers if I need them. I don't think this beat actually needs them because I like the impact it has, just like going 3, 2, 1. I like it just going immediately. Hey Pi Beats, you changed your logo. Anyway, so at this point I'd usually add my risers in and then copy it over. But since it's a stream and I don't think this beat needs a riser, so I'm just gonna copy this over. And just like that, we have a basically arranged beat. I will usually go over here and I'll cut off something like this maybe. Hey 8-bit. How you doing, 8-bit? What kind of music do you make, 8-bit? I read your comment, Sharoop, about XD. That's awesome. Such like a little Easter egg, I guess you could say. I mean, it's not really an Easter egg. Bass XD. Yeah, so this beat is pretty fire. I'm going to save it and come back to it a little bit later. Because I don't know about you guys. I was going to actually ask this. Okay, so do you mix your beats like when you're done with the beat? Or do you like just put it in a save folder and then just come back to it later? That is my question. Do you guys mix your beats and export them like when you're doing them? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it works on PC. Maybe I don't really know. Okay. You don't save your beats? Okay, so do you mean like you don't export your beats? Because what I always do is I'll make a beat, and it might be super fire. I'll make it as best I can. I'll maybe even do a little bit of mixing just to make sure everything sounds clean together. Not like hardcore mixing, just like basic leveling and stuff like that. And then I'll save it and I'll store it. Yeah, I do a mix. I mix a little bit before I arrange, but what I tend to do is after I have it all like half mixed and arranged and all that kind of stuff, then what I'll do is I'll just save it as a save file. I'll come back to it the next day, or maybe even like a couple days later, and I'll just mix several beats in a row. Because I don't know, I feel like mixing and mastering is its own little mixing mastering is its own little thing. And I'd like to have my mixing and mastering like all in one case. I don't know. Like this week, Tuesday was a mixing day for me, and I literally mixed like 6 or 7 songs one day. Mixed and mastered 7 songs one day. And I always have like all of my finished songs in like one folder, and then I go through those songs and I choose the best ones to put on my album. And right now I have about 7 or 8 songs on my album, and I've cut 10 songs. I've made 17 songs in the past 2 weeks, and 10 of those are useless to me right now. Yeah. Of course, I only export after mixing, but I tend to mix like the day later, just so I have like fresh ears. So mixing and mastering, if you're just beginning, you probably don't know the difference, and you're probably just making the best you can. But the real thing between mix and mastering is there's like creating music, and that's just like the creating part of it. And then when you're done creating your music, you'll mix it, and you'll mix it so that every single level is just great. It's just right how you want it. And the level, mixing also includes like EQ and stuff like that, compression maybe. Stuff like that. But then mastering is its own stage. It's where you take what you have and you export it all into one WAV file. And then you'll take that WAV file and you'll add compression to it. You add maybe EQ to it and stuff like that in order to make it. And you also add like imager and stuff like that, like wideness and stuff like that. And you'll tweak that WAV file so it's as loud as it is supposed to be for streaming platforms, and also so it has the right punch and compression that a good song sounds like. So, I mean, if you're not posting your stuff on Spotify and stuff like that, you might not need to be mixing. You might not need to master. And in fact, if you're sending a song to a rapper, you don't want to master the beat, because then they're going to be doubly mastering your song, which sounds very distorted and compressed and bad. But I want my songs to sound as good as they can, so I master my stuff. But if I was going to send it to a rapper, I wouldn't master it. Just to let you know. Anyway, do you say you mix and master like when you're done making the song, or do you come back later and mix it? Because you say you want a break, and that's what I do. I take a break between my creating process and my mixing process. But maybe it's relaxing to you to mix, and that's fine with you. I mean, I don't know. No, I mean, like in Cakewalk, I said a WAV file because it's very easy to understand, but really I just do all my mastering on my master channel. Yeah, Kid MX. I do my mastering on the master channel. I have some plugins that I tend to use for that kind of stuff. I don't export as a WAV file. I used to, but I don't anymore. I didn't see what he retracted. Okay, real quick, before I start making this next beat, public service announcement. Has everyone here joined my beat making competition? Video came out last week. Last week Saturday. Sorry. Okay, I think it was PI Beats who recommended it. I just got the email for the free drum kit promotion. Kid MX and 8-Bit, join the competition right now. Watch the video and you got all the information you need. Anyway, here we go. We're using reverse. Got it. I feel like using a piano this time. Piano. I like the pianos that X-Band has. Let's do this one. It already has some reverb on it, but that's okay. Oh, let me Alt 3. I almost used it the old way. Who told me that Alt 3 trick again? I want to give them 1,000 hugs. Actually, that'd be kind of weird. I'm not gonna do that. The competition requires you to make a melody using your using the one shots that I show off in the video. You can email me anything you want, but unless it's made out of the one shots for the melody, it's not going to count for the competition. I haven't checked out the beats yet, Pi, so. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. The reverb on here is annoying. Here's a new sound. Okay, sounds good enough. I shouldn't say it sounds good enough. I think it sounds good. I mean, if you need to go to bed, go ahead, go to bed. Get your sleep all rested up so you can make some good beats tomorrow. I'm actually not going to add a counter melody to this yet. I'm just going to export it and reverse it. What I tend to do with my exporting is I just push the freeze button here. It freezes the track, and then I make an audio file. Audio track, I mean. Audio track up here. Then I'll copy the audio. Then, so here's the audio file right here. Looks like that. And then if I want to reverse it, I'll cut it down to its size. And then apply effect, reverse. Okay, that sounds pretty good. I'm going to take out Simple Side, which is a free volume plugin. Every time I pull up a new plugin, I have to tell someone it's free, because people go crazy when I pull up a new plugin. I don't freeze. I don't use the freeze track because I might actually use that in the future. Like for example, I might use this MIDI on something else, so I might unfreeze it and then use the MIDI for something else. Or perhaps I might. Who knows? Maybe having these play together might sound good. Why can't I hear this? Also, you can click on a track and then go process retrograde, and then it reverses all the MIDI. Yeah, I have the pack, what do you call it? The Analog Dreams pack is a little glitchy for me for some reason, but it sounds really nice. So I think I'm going to cut this first note off, shift this over. And then pitch a normal piano up by an octave. Yeah, no, that pack is still free. It's I mean, I'm assuming I know what you're talking about. It's the one that's built into Complete Control. Are you talking about this one, Cindy? Let me find it. Play series. Oh wait, maybe I'm not sure what you're talking about. You're talking about, how do I find it? Synth lead, maybe. No. There you go. Analog Dreams. Is this what you're talking about? Yeah, that's pretty fire. Might also use an EQ on here. And then add some reverb to this reverse thing. I don't want such an intense EQ curve. I really like how those pianos sound. But it needs like a lower pad sound. And then since there's an audio tracks usually sound really cool when they're pitched down. So I want it pitched up actually. You just gave me an idea, dude. You just gave me an idea. Pi Beats. If you haven't gotten this Mish Beat plugin, it's a free plugin by what are they called? Freak Show Industries. They make crazy plugins. They also have a, what is that other plugin they have? Backmask. Super fire, really glitchy stuff. If you're confused with that Mishpy plugin did, it basically, if you ever heard of RC20, it's like the most popular VST right now. It basically does the same exact thing it has some pitch wobble stuff in it, has some like light analog-y lo-fi-ish distortion to it. It's like a really extreme version of isotope vinyl. Except isotope vinyl is like more like geared straight for lo-fi. This one is more geared towards trap and glitchy kind of stuff like that. Sounds really cool. My favorite thing to do with Complete Control is to go in their one shots, get out their vocals. Yeah, I do think I have quite maybe too many plugins. But I know what every single one does, and I am very selective about which ones I want at a certain time. I have quite a few delays, and you might think, why do you need very many delays? But I could even tell you right now what all the differences between most of them are. Yeah. Someone on my Discord server sent me my suggestions are, do you have a microphone, Pi Beats? Do you have a microphone? If you have a microphone, record your own. If you don't, look up vocal tag tutorial Cody. It spells CXDY. He has a really cool video about how to make good vocal tags. Watch that video and you'll find it great. And you'll be able to make great ones. Otherwise, I mean, you can probably go online. You can probably buy a producer tag, but especially if your beats aren't that great yet, I don't recommend buying one, especially since if you're not going to probably sell beats for another year or year and a half, you shouldn't buy one right now, because then you might start, you might find out in a year and a half that you don't like your producer tag anymore, and then you bought it and you don't even know, you don't even like it anymore. I don't know. Yeah, check out that tutorial. He has a great video on how to do it. I know Ocean bought his producer tag. I also know that Kyle Beats bought his producer tag. You know, yo, Kyle, this is crazy. That iconic producer tag, he bought it online somewhere. Yeah, Valhalla Frequency Echo is a free echo, and it's really cool because it has this shift thing, so it changes. So every time it echoes, instead of echoing the same sound, it echoes a slightly higher pitched sound, which it might sound weird, but it can make some really cool effects that kind of make it sound like very stereo. This melody's a little bit muddy. I don't want this little pluck anymore. Okay, ready for the 808s. Yep, I'm going crazy on the 808 on the EQ. I'll probably go crazier later when I'm in the mixing stage, because everything's got to sound clean. Like, I still hear something that's wrong. I'm not sure what's wrong. It's this range, around 300 hertz. Around 300 hertz sounds bad somewhere. Okay. Up in your performance? Mine's near the opposite. I don't know what you mean, dude. On upping your performance. Or are you saying like I'm upping my performance? Like I'm getting better? Oh yeah. Yeah, this always happens when I stream. When I'm not streaming or when I'm not recording a video, it's like 40%. But streaming takes a lot of CPU stuff. I wish it didn't. Oh shoot. I know why it's taking so much power. I usually stream at like 5 or 720p. 580p or 720p. I think I'm streaming at 1080p right now. I'm streaming at 720p, but this is like my YouTube standard. I forgot to change it down. Yeah, I'm streaming at a very high resolution right now. I'm surprised my computer can handle it. Yeah, I'm streaming like at a high bit rate too, I bet. 44 kilohertz, I bet. Oof, 4,000. That stinks. I mean, that's fine. I mean, I'm apparently handling it. Last stream I had like 20 kilohertz or whatever you call it. I had about half the resolution as I have right now, and I was doing fine. But I'm going at. Oh, just as I said that, I thought it crashed. The bad clap. This is the kid I was talking about. That's a pretty bad snare too, I think. I want something more clappy. Yeah, this one is for your hard drive. This one is for your memory. And I'm using most of my memory right now. But my hard drive is fine. Yeah, I have a terabyte on here, it says. Because I have 730 gigabytes left. Yeah, don't reach your limit. Just try to delete some stuff. Or if you can, get an SSD. An SSD would make your hard drive like 20 times more faster. And you would have more space too. Yeah, try deleting some stuff on your computer. If you have like a big program that you haven't used in a long time, try to get a lot of headroom on that. but I understand that there might not be a lot of stuff to get rid of, which might be a hassle. Wow, both of you came back in at the same exact time. So basically the bottom bar here is for your memory and the top one here is for your disk space. You're not going to really want to go too high on each of these, but your memory, if your memory goes max, which would be very rare, you'll probably have some like intense lag and you might have things crash, but you're not going to hear too many pops. If this thing gets too high, you're probably going to get a lot of pops, and basically what that means is that you're not going to be able to save things to your computer very easily, which is like hassle. The memory thing is probably more important of an issue. If you have like 4 gigs of memory on your computer, you probably shouldn't be doing too many things at once, especially Cakewalk. Cakewalk doesn't use too much, but streaming does. It's like that. Sending things to a server, the YouTube servers and stuff like that, takes a lot of memory and CPU. 6.3% of my CPU has been used streaming this. Well, at the moment it has. I could actually probably, if you care, I'm going to go into here and I'm going to check out my task manager so I can really tell you what's going on, understand what's going on. So right at the moment, 70% of my CPU is being used, and that's being used from Cakewalk and OBS, which is my streaming thing. Those two together are taking up basically everything. My memory is also being used from my antivirus. Antiviruses take quite a bit of memory, and so do OBS and Cakewalk. Cakewalk is using most of my resources at the moment, so yeah, be careful of that. Cakewalk isn't a super crazy thing, but it does use a little bit, so be careful. Basically, you shouldn't be using Chrome while you're using Cakewalk. That's the biggest thing. Hey, I am Egg. I think on one of my first streams you told me to call you Daddy or something like that. I think I might actually have one of my first streams. I actually edited that stream and turned it into a YouTube video. I think I might have even like mentioned that egg part in the YouTube video. Or maybe you said like, hey, say hello to my daddy or something like that. It was a little weird, but I totally went along with it. I think it's too much. Someone else on your account? I'll let it go. I'll let it go. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong person. think I'm gonna try to use some shaper box on the whole melody, because it always sounds fire. Oof. Let's not do that. That sounds really trash. Yep. Yep. It sounds a little trash right there. I used to use this hi-hat for literally everything. No, I used to use this hi-hat for everything. It's still a pretty nice hi-hat. Let's see if it sounds good still. I don't know how I feel about it. There's a lot of sounds I used to use all the time, and now I don't use them at all. I need to sidechain this. Do you guys sidechain your beats? Do you guys sidechain your kicks, 808s, and stuff like that? I need to sidechain to my melodies too. That would help a lot. The mix on the melodies isn't the most amazing thing ever right now. I'm actually really impressed that the stream is doing so well. Yeah, I don't like that hi-hat. Let's change the 808 too. I know some people who sidechain like crazy. It's all part of their style, I guess, but I'm not a huge fan of sidechaining that like completely like destroys your ears. Like when like the kick is the only thing you could hear at a certain bar. I don't like there are some people who will like sidechain like this. And they'll be like, and their melodies will sound like this. On some plugins, you can right-click on a dial to MIDI learn. Do you know how you can assign mouse on a MIDI controller? Yes, I do know. It has to do with ACT control services up here. Select hardware control services. I'm going to tell you to look at that up online because it's very, very confusing stuff. And I tried one time and I could not figure out how to do it. So I know it's possible. And I know that there's a couple of YouTube videos about it. Look up ACT control services in Cakewalk or something like that. Write that down, like ACT active control technology or something like that. ACT controller Cakewalk. It looks possible to me, but every time I tried, I was able to get it to work and then it would mess something up, like really bad. I don't like this hi-hat. I don't really know how to feel about this melody. Melody sounds a little muddy. Then I'm gonna get rid of that reverse part of it. Nah, 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 Bongonzo, nah, 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 nah. Are you quoting a song or something? I'm gonna save this beat as nah. Nah. How you doing? Bye, Perry. I'm just gonna call you Perry. There's low end in this hi-hat. Sounds disgusting. Look at all that low end. How's life in Italy? Probably been the same for the past couple weeks. Yep. Contest finishes tomorrow. Everything has to be sent in by then. I'm Meg. I have a video that came out last week, Saturday, that gave an announcement for the contest getting started. And if you check out that video, all of the details are in that video. And yeah. Yeah, so the beats are due tomorrow by midnight. So you have all today and all tomorrow to finish your beats. Send them in. Yeah, check it out for sure. The end of the contest vid might come out this week Saturday. I mean next week Saturday. It might be like Saturday's video. Yeah, I mean it's gonna be a little bit of rush to edit that video, but I have quite a bit of extra time on my hands, so yeah, I've had quite a few people send in beats though. So I think that video might be a little bit long. But that's all good. Make sure you guys are layering claps and snares and stuff like that together can sound really fire. Because you can't always find just the right snare or just the right clap for a beat. Sometimes you gotta have a little bit of both together in a nice way. Yeah. As I was saying that, yeah, I have a snare and a clap going together. So here's the snare. Snare has a little bit of reverb on it, and here's the clap. Together it sounds like that. If we had just the snare to get just the snare, it'd sound like this. The clap gives it a little bit more crispness in the high end. It's hard to tell, but it'll be fixed up in the mix, the final mix. Yawn. Hey, time for the perks, baby. Hey, you checked all that? I love it that people are so are so focused on drum kits and stuff like that. Yep, this is the Cobra kit from Cymatics. Pretty good kit. The 808 that I usually use, I'm not actually using it right now, but like the default 808 that I have on my 808 track is from Cymatics too. The snare I used in the last beat was from Cymatics. So if you want to sponsor Cymatics, yeah, and 100% like I totally look at people's kits they have in the side corner all the time too. But Cymatic stuff is mostly free. I say just download all of it and see what you like the best, or at least all the stuff that follows your genre, because they have so much stuff in there. It actually takes a long time to make a perk. I mean, takes a long time to make takes a long time to make a drum kit, which is why it's so impressive how many they have and how good they sound. Yeah, I like the perk. Ooh, this is yeah, this is a perk from that drum kit I have, so that's free in the video. I didn't make the drum kit, but I just link in the description because it's free, it's online, and it's pretty fire. There you go. How do I save a template? Good question. I don't remember how I did it. It has something to... Oh. Sorry, I just had a huge yawn. Okay. It has something to do with file, new, and then no, I don't know how to do it. I know there's a YouTube video. I typed in how to make a template in Cakewalk, and that's the first thing that came up, and it was a very helpful video. It might, let me look up how. Yeah, if you type in how to make a cakewalk, how to make a template in Cakewalk, you'll find plenty of resources to find it. I know I found it online. I found it on YouTube, so. Yeah, they'll probably, any of those videos will do it. I saw that name there. I don't necessarily I don't necessarily remember Home Studio Recording or Home Studio Simplified, but I'm sure any of those videos will do it because it's not a very complicated thing. So any of those videos will probably do the trick. Okay, now to the hi-hat rolls. And I think this video is gonna. I think this beat's gonna have to have good hi-hat rolls to bridge all the gaps between the where it kind of feels empty in the perks. Where do you live, Pie Beats? I'm pretty sure you live somewhere that's really late right now. You say India? I will. I'm out here every day making beats. You know what it is. Nepal. Got it. That's pretty nice. That's really nice. I like using triplets. Triplets are the best for... Triplets are the best for making hi-hat rolls. But if you want to make really good hi-hat rolls, you've got to use triplets and non-triplets. For example, this at this end here, I'm going to go like this with these. I know that the other hi-hat track plays on the beat, so if this one plays off the beat, it would be really fire. And maybe if I can go da 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 da, and then I'll get a 30-second no out and go. Nope, wait. Just to roll into the loop. I also have another idea how I can transition from the end of this loop to the beginning of this loop a little better. That, I can barely hear that. I'm gonna get in this 808 and I'm gonna transpose the end of this 808. And I heard another thing. So the melody sounds 10 times cleaner when there's not this this thing. So I think I'm just gonna get rid of it. I'm not even gonna try to mix it in better. Because although it does seem like there's something missing in the middle range, I can fix that out later with another instrument. Okay, sorry for the quick thing. I gotta go to the bathroom. So let me get this chat running and then I will. Never mind, I can't figure out the chat. Chat is just gonna have to be disabled. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. Okay, let's get back into it. I hope you didn't hear the toilet. A little weird. That sounds really good. It's a very small thing. Now the organ sounds like this. Probably wouldn't even notice that organ in the background, but it does sound, it brings everything together. It just fills in the crevices of the frequency spectrum that aren't already taken up by the other melody parts. Okay, and there we go. That's the arrangement. Let's chop this all up. Let's delete everything that we're not using. Putting these tracks. I'm just trying to get rid of that reverse thing because it sounded cool at first, but it doesn't really fit well with the mix. Okay, so we get rid of all the drums in the intro. We also get rid of that organ. We're not bringing the organ in until like the drop. 808 out, kick out, unless we have the kick come in later. Then I'm gonna, on the second half of this, second half of this, I'm gonna crank up the octave. I'm still live. The speed is almost done, and this might be my last speed of the stream. Why would I mean, basically the way I see it is, why would I stop streaming? Especially considering the fact that I literally spend like almost all day making beats. Yesterday I made 6 songs. I wrote 6 beats in one day, and I felt like I could do more because by lunchtime I already had 4 done. But I took it easy, I think, and I don't really know if I want to take it easy. I heard this quote yesterday that if you want to get the results you want, you need to be putting at least 80 to 90% of your effort into that one thing. And he tried to compare to that to like other things, like how most people think. And even if he's like, most people, even if they feel like they're putting almost all their effort into it, they're really not, because they go home to their family and they then go up to party on Saturday or something like that. And he's just talking about how he has like no social life at all, and now his house is literally completely empty, basically. Yeah, Kid Drip. I stream on my Discord server. I mean, I don't really talk in my, I don't talk in those streams. I don't talk in my Discord server streams because I don't think I want to be talking all day, all week. But it might be different because it might be a little different because this is actually my spring break. Like other people have just you know, like the COVID-19, like stuck inside their house, like whatever you call that, quarantine, that is. But anyway, what am I saying? I mean, I'm glad you just started, but yeah. I had this friend. I had a friend of mine. He was actually a good friend. Like he was like a actual friend, not like a human friend, not like a computer friend. He wasn't just like a subscriber. He was like a person I go to school with and everything. And he started making beats before I did. He bought FL Studio. He was buying a whole bunch of things. Buying FL Studio. He wanted to buy a MIDI controller. And about a month into him making music, I asked him if he was still doing it. And he's basically like, nah, I gave up. I didn't have all the fancy VSTs and fancy plugins and all that stuff that other people have, so I couldn't make good music. And when I first asked him why he started, he said that he was doing it because he saw a whole bunch of other people were making tons of money making music online, and they were selling it to rappers, and he was so impressed of how much money they were making that he wanted to make music too. And I just kind of felt bad for him because he spent all this money on FL Studio and stuff like that, and he was about to buy a keyboard too. And then a month later, he gave up. And then about 3 months later, I started making beats on Cakewalk. And I mean, I first started making beats on GarageBand, and I didn't buy any plugins at all. I literally went like stock for like the first like 2 months, and then I finally started adding plugins. I'll tell you how to add plugins in a second, Kid Drip. And yeah, what was I saying? And like it was a struggle. It really is a struggle to make good music when you're starting. And when I compare my first beat to other people's first beats, like I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Kid Drip, your beats are already better than my first beats. Especially I'm listening to you and you sound really confident and you sound really excited, and I'm glad. Like, you need that excitement if you want to keep going, because it's a grind. And I'm not saying that you won't do the grind. I'm just saying that, as you can see here, like you said, bro, no, he needs to keep going. Yeah, of course he needs to keep going. I wish he did keep going, because ever since he did that, he kind of had this, like, he lost a little bit of respect in me. I lost a little bit of respect for him because I felt like he was a quitter. And at this point, like, I've been making music for 2 to 3 years, and I make beats all the time, and I have 1,580 subscribers right now. And that's just a testament to how much I've worked. And it's not easy work, but it's going to be rewarding. I can already see it coming. So, if that is an inspiration for you, Kid Drip, I don't know what it is. Go for it. I believe in you, dude. Anyway, so how to add plugins. It's a kind of complicated process. I'm going to go like this. This is the video I used. That's the video that I used to start adding plugins. You need to watch that video because it's very, very complicated to explain in a video. Basically, what you see with the general form of how to add plugins to your beats is you got to go to preferences. So first you got to download a DLL file from like if you're buying a free VST online or something like that, they'll always download a DLL file, a .dll, and then you'll take that DLL file and you'll find where it is in your folders. So if it's in your downloads folder, you have to find your downloads folder and copy the address of that downloads folder, and then go into file, VST settings, and then find exactly where that is. So program files x66, common files /avid /audio /plugins /tyrell n6, something like that. Anyway, and push add here, and then find that in your like plugin like folder list thing, and then push scan here, and then it's going to scan through all those folders that you have listed up here, and it's going to find your plugin. That is the general way to do it, but it might take a little bit more work just because you haven't done it before. Anyway, let's get to this beat. Yeah, FL Studio has a very similar way to do it. Good job, Justin. It's probably in your devices. If you click P on your keyboard, it's going to open up your preferences, and then in your devices, choose the output driver that you want to send your audio through. You're probably going to want to choose speakers, Realtek high definition audio. You're talking about 808 Kid Drip, or one of my perks, or my kick. Anyway, yeah, Justin. So you're want to choose the output driver you want to use. So I'm using voice meter input, but you're gonna probably want to use speakers high definition Realtek audio, or whatever. If that's still not helping, go up to your playback and recording and choose your driver as Wasapi shared. Go to Wasapi shared. That is what you're gonna want to choose for your driver setting. Having problems with my YouTube. Okay, here we go. Okay, and then after that, push OK and save all your changes and stuff like that. And then if you click on a track and go to see this track that says master, so this is my master track, and you click on this little thing, it's telling you where the audio is routed to. Okay, so you're gonna want to choose which audio you want to go through. So there's like voice meter input 1 and 2, and there's voice meter input 3 and 4. I don't really know the differences, but sometimes 1 and 2 works, and sometimes 3 and 4 works. So just choose which one works for you. You're gonna want to click it, and then it's gonna probably tell you to like reset something, but you just push OK and then play the audio, and you should be fine. Tell me if one of those helps. Tell me when it helps. Okay, so are you talking about this Kid Drip, the sound right here? That's the 808. There's also the kick drum here. I also have a whole bunch of perks down here. The 808 is like the signature sound of all trap music. Very few trap music, here. I absolutely love, right before I'm about to be finished with a song, transposing all of my melody instruments down by a step. How you do that is you get your you just like highlight all of the sounds you want to transpose, and you go to transpose, like process transpose, and then type in the number and then push OK. Spelled 808. It's literally spelled out as it's like sounds. Actually, I have it written here. Spins 808. There are several different like iconic 808 sounds. You have like spins 808 and stuff like that. But like really just like keep trying. Like there's different 808 for every song. Yeah, it's a classic for sure. I say perks, but they're just percussion instruments. So you have rim shots, you have side sticks, you have triangles, you have shakers, just really anything. Perks is just like the general. Perks means percussions, and percussions is just general. Anyways, yeah, bro knows, of course. I like to keep everything organized. All of my melody instruments are blue. You can change that color by clicking over here and changing color. I loved using this because if you actually like double click in your MIDI and you have this little side panel over here, like I can immediately see like these are my perks because my perks are always at the very bottom. My open hat is right above the perks. My claps are right above the open hat. My hi-hats are right above the claps. My kicks are right above the hi-hats. My 808 is always purple. My melodies are always blue. It's so nice. It's so nice to, especially if I'm like doing something with my kick. If I'll be like fine tuning my kick and then I need to change to my 808. 808 is right here and it's always purple. It's so convenient to have everything always the same color. So organized. like I'm not like I'm pretty organized in real life, but I am way more organized when I'm making a beat. And everything is so much easier to do when everything's organized. So I really recommend making a template. You can make templates in Cakewalk, and then in your template you can actually color code everything. And that's what I do. Like in my template, I always have this expand VST just open and ready to go. So I can just find a preset and you start using it. In my template, I always have my complete control out. I always have all these samplers out. So they're all ready to go. And I can just add something in. Yeah, folders. I don't know how to use those actually. I've never tried. But I was doing a collab with someone else who used Cakewalk. And he used folders, and it was I could figure out how to do it, but I know how they work, and I've seen them be used before, but I've never tried to make them myself. Yeah, if you could explain how to make a folder, that'd be really nice, because I don't know how to do that. Oh, is it insert track folder? Maybe call this folder drums. I'm just assuming. How do you move a sound into a folder? That, and then you can probably hide. Hey, that's pretty nice. You can drag them too. Oh, that's nice. Wow. Yeah, thanks, dude. I want my kicks above my hi-hats. And then you can just minimize them. Hey, that looks really neat. It looks really clean. I like that a lot. Like this. You can probably make one for your melodies too. Oh, you can select several. No way, you're a lifesaver. Oh wait, what? Whatever. Either way. That is so clean. And then you can just minimize all that. Oh. Thanks, dude. Whatever, I'll figure out how to drag them later. Nice, dude. No way. Thanks, Brunos. I just want to hit a quick pause. That's my first one, Brunos. You are the best. Quick shout out for €2. You're the best, dude. Dude, so this guy just comes in the stream. He subscribes to my channel. He tells me how to make a drum folder, and then he lands a $2 on top of that. You are the best, dude. Every cent of that is going to be back to the channel, dude. 100%. Bro knows I have a contest coming out. I mean, I have a. I'm gonna say this to everyone. I have a contest that started last week Saturday, and all the beats are due this week Sunday. So tomorrow. They're all due tomorrow. If any of you haven't joined this thing, if any of you haven't joined if any of you haven't joined the contest, join it and get your stuff in. The video last week Saturday will show you all of it. I know that Ace Tunes put his beat in, but I'm saying this to all of you. There's Jaja Justin and Brunos. Telling all of you. Anyway, so I think this beat is about done, and I've been streaming for 4 hours. Is that right? I think. No, 3 hours. Wait, yeah, 3 hours. Wait. I started at like 9:30. I usually start at 9. I usually start at 8 o'clock, which is why I'm confused. Not 4 hours actually, but I usually start at 8 o'clock. But so this morning I was so confused because it was like 8:45 or 9 o'clock, or it might have been 9:15 or so, and it was like 9:15, and a video came out on my channel, and I was like super surprised that it came out because I thought it was Friday, and I was like, oh come on, why did a video come out today? And I was trying to figure out if I scheduled something wrong or if I scheduled too many videos on one day, and then all of a sudden I just found out that I'm like, oh wait, it's Saturday today, and I always have a live stream on Saturday, but I wasn't planning on. I thought it was Friday, so I wasn't planning on streaming that day. So the stream kind of went jab straight in the middle of while I was making something. But whatever, it's all good. We will figure it all out. Yep. So yeah, I'm just checking through my Discord real quick. Glad to hear it. My YouTube channel has been growing a lot faster recently. Like in February, I hit 1,000 subscribers, and now it's beginning of April when I hit, and I'm like halfway through. I'm over halfway through 2,000. Yeah, if you subscribe to my channel in the past, it usually will recommend a live stream to you because people like live streams, I think. I don't know. Yeah, this live stream is very productive. I usually make 2 or 3 beats, but I made 2 beats today, and both of them are pretty fire. I like this beat a lot. Yeah, 100% perseverance. And there was a guy, what's his name? Kid Drip. You could see his comments above. I was trying to encourage him because he just started, and he was just beginning. He was just beginning his Cakewalk journey, and I was trying to encourage him to just keep going at it. How long have you been watching, Brunos? Have you been watching for a good Because you just started commenting and all of a sudden you did the donation. $40. It's a solid amount of time. Yeah, I've been watching. There's been a lot of live streams recently. Since it's all of this, everyone's indoors and stuff like that, I think. Okay. Yeah, 100%. I'll be making my room while I'm listening to someone make beats or something like that. I don't know. That's what I do at least. Anyway, so I'm thinking I'm about done. I'm so bad with talking. Another positive of starting a YouTube channel. I have forced myself to learn how to talk better. I'm thinking maybe like a high pass filter for this intro. If you haven't already gotten this free distortion plugin, Camel Crusher, it's by far the best free distortion plugin I've ever used, but it also has this cutoff knob on it. That's what I'm gonna do. You can go to this little bottom section to open up your. How long have you been making music? Yeah, this is actually the only VST I have from Camel. And it's like their most popular one, I think. Everyone I know talks about Camel Crusher as a free VST. Where's that high pass? M filter cutoff, baby. I say keep going at it. I've been making beats for about 2 or 3 years. I should actually like define exactly when I started. I probably have a thing written down somewhere. Yep, that's 100% facts. Dude, you seem to be like, how old are you, bro? Because you seem to be like so wise. You and I are on like the exact same page. Yeah, I could have made time. And there were times at the beginning when I just started making music that I wasn't like 100% sold on everything. Like I wasn't committed as much as I am right now. 32. Yep. Just a measly old teenager. And that's like the thing that makes me so excited about me making music, because I'm halfway through high school. And that is so young considering the fact that people live 80, 90 years old. And if there's more medical things, you know, I might live longer than 90 years old. Or medical advancements, that is. So imagine like if I'm this committed at high school age, how committed will I be Hopefully, considering that I don't lose my fire or I don't get too busy with other things. I prioritize my time towards making beats. What will I be like when I'm 25, 32 at your age? If you've only been making for beats for 4 years, I'm sure you love it. I'm sure you love it. And I'm sure you started at 28 and you loved it at 28. But the fact that I'm loving it this early. Yeah. Thanks for that, Brunos. I mean, I'm glad you see the vision. I'm glad you see the vision. I'm kind of just enjoying talking to you because I don't want to. I'm not going to start a new beat. We're not going to start a new beat because this stream is going to end soon. I'm just trying to find ways to improve it so I can have an excuse to talk to you. I have a Discord server in the description. That's where I talk with people more. What do you mean by diversify? That's a good ending. There's like this main piano. Something in here isn't connected to the. Yeah. Well, this stream is gonna end very soon. Then here's a. Do you use Cakewalk? Oh yeah, you do. Click F on your keyboard, and every track is like resized to fit itself. If you hit Shift F on your keyboard, it makes the whole entire track like you can see everything on your screen at one time. If you hit Control F, then you can like if your MIDI looks like this or something like that, and if your MIDI is like hard to see, Control F will make it so that everything looks nice. Facts. I told that tip like at the very beginning of my stream. I learned it this week, like Tuesday or whatever. Super helpful. Anyway, so I'll see you guys next week Saturday. Join my contest. Beats are due tomorrow.